U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
So that one will be accepted. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. These 2 teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, this is Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They'll look to throw here. Caught out left side by Robinson. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Carroll. He's got his tight end over the middle. T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. On first down, Carroll. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On second down, Swift. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Swift. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Coleman. A gain of 6 there on first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Carroll. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Looking to throw. Carroll. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one, so you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it, field goal time.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now out comes Minnesota. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
76 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. On the ground, it's Cook. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now a give, running left is Nwangu.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now on 2nd and 16.
Mond.
And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in.
On 1st and 10, here's Mond.
Eluding the pressure right.
He'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. First down, here's the run with Cook.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now Mond on the bootleg.
Sliding out of the pocket. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook
with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its stress reversal into the game, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it's clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Taken from just outside the 30. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm willing to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
A second down throw now for Mond.
Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From the 39, Mond. His throw incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Third down from the gun, it's Mond.
Escaping the pressure right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
Here's Mond. They're going for it.
Well, quickly into the hands of Robinson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going for it all. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And I never played quarterback, but I'm thinking as a quarterback, you're a little bit into the game now. Second quarter, you're losing. You're not playing well. Probably feels like a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Certainly does, but it's something that quarterbacks have to be used to because they're always carrying around that weight. So how do they adjust the weight? How do they make it work for them? How do they work against it? That's what we're going to find out going forward.
Yeah, he'll be trying to get all that weight off his shoulders here on this drive. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Carroll.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. The second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw. Carroll. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on first down. Carroll.
And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They'll look to throw again.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Carroll is going to loft one deep over the middle.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half, so where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Looking to throw on second down. Carroll. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Throwing on third and long. Carroll under pressure, and they got to him again. Danielle Hunter in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
120 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and make it.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson,
his 9th touchdown of the season. And this Viking offense is running away with this one.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else. First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
On 1st and 10, Carroll. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down now, Swift, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Carroll over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he's got this down to the 35. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Coleman. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
On 2nd down, Swift, and a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Carroll. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Carroll. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your...
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Looking to throw. Carroll. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They run again on first down. Cook. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
2nd and 8.
Now Cook running right. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They go play action here. Mon
rolling to his right.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on first down from the right hash here. Should be an easy one. And this one is right through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
On first down, Carroll. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blocker.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Maurice Hurst in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. In possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Back to throw. Carroll. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. we'll see what he can do on the return. Oh, nice move.
Come on, bring it, baby.
And they are going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages.
Slide for the PAT.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And Detroit back in possession of the football.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. To throw on second down, Carroll. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. The point after is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession.
They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
The trouble is, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball, things are working and clicking. They think they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And